Hey, it's Frank Falbo here with Seymour Duncan, talking to Janet Robin, and we're talking about this new Deja Vu tap delay pedal with a Bucket Brigade chip. So Janet, you've had some time to play around with the Deja Vu prototype. Why don't you share with us some of your thoughts?
Well, first off, the best feature I think about this pedal is the fact that you can mix the analog signal with the digital signal, which is, I've never seen that on any pedal ever. Normally, you know, I tend to like analog delays sounds better because the digital pedals that I've gotten sound really tinny and just don't sound, you know, natural, real to me. However, this digital side of the pedal sounds amazing. And what's cool is that you can just, you know, because it's on a knob, you can just mix in a little analog if you want.
Right.
It's perfect for me, for people who are perfectionists and just want it just exactly that exact tone that they want, a mixture of both. You know, you don't have to have two different delay pedals going on. Totally cool. I've never seen a pedal, again, like I said, that has that feature. It's got the tap tempo, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know, when we're messing around with the delay time, it was interesting when I was playing earlier, I was getting almost harmonies to what I was playing, which is really nice, true harmonies.
Yeah, that's the beauty of running it with a tap tempo is that, you know, you can set the tempo to the beat of the song, and then notes that you've just previously played that are still in the same key, you know, they come back in time when you're about to play another note.
Yeah.
So those are
it's like two guitar players playing at once.
Yeah, those are some of the freedoms you get with tap tempo, which is usually just found on digital delays. But in this case, we get to take that and marry it up with the tone of an analog delay created by a true Bucket Brigade chip. There is modulation on this pedal, but the modulation is true analog modulation. And it is actually modulating the Bucket Brigade chip. So if you are set somewhere between the analog and the digital side, let's say 50-50 for example, you know, then you have the analog Bucket Brigade modulating, but the digital delay is fixed and it's not modulating. So you end up with chorused delays. You know, you end up with a delay that degenerates down into a nice, you know, swooshy, chorusy
You kind of have a mixture of a chorus pedal with this analog and digital pedal. It's like three pedals in one.
It really is. Now in this setting, we've got the Deja Vu set to all analog with an extremely fast modulation. The modulation knob is all the way up. But I've got the delay time set back really short. There's a little bit of feedback. And the delay is mixed in stereo just right so that we get basically kind of a rotary speaker simulator, extremely convincing. All done simply with the analog Bucket Brigade chip and the stereo imaging that we have provided already inside the Deja Vu pedal. Let's take a listen. You know, most people will utilize multiple pedals so that they can turn them off and on, but it's nice to know that in a studio environment with a little bit of knob tweaking, you can pretty much end up at a myriad of all sorts of different kind of delay kind of sounds.
Also in a live setting, you know, using this pedal live.
Yeah.
I mean, beginnings and endings of songs. All kinds of things you could do with this pedal.
Yeah, and speaking of endings of songs, you know, there's true bypass is built into this pedal, as well as trailing repeats. You can make the choice. So if you flip the mode to trailing repeats and you shut the pedal off, but
it's a great, nice little fade delay.
Yeah, exactly.
Plus, it's called Deja Vu. What a great name for a pedal.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's truly, you'll feel like you've been there before. You know, that's something that we say. And there's just something that happens when you plug into an old analog delay with a Bucket Brigade chip in it. There's a lot of pedals that, you know, say, well, we're going to simulate an analog delay pedal. And they put in some tone filtering or something like that. Or they use the digital modeling to recreate what they presume is an analog delay
But
sound.
I find that it really colors the sound,
Yeah.
and you're not really getting a true delay sound.
That's what we found. You know, when you have a truly digital delay pedal that takes your dry signal and puts it into the digital domain so that the output is digital, that's where you can get that sort of disconnection, you know, that disconnected feeling from, you know, that old, you know, Fender tube amplifier or, you know, one of your, you know, just one of your old vintage amplifiers. It's not, it's generally speaking, it's not advantageous to put any digital conversion between you and the amp unless you absolutely have to. So that's what we did with this.
Great pedal.
Thanks.
I highly recommend it.
All right. Thanks. Well, this is Frank Falbo with Seymour Duncan signing off.